What can you do to make the ideas you have come out as easily in English as you think of them? In this video, I'll tell you the top 5 things to focus on if you keep wondering, why do I keep getting stuck? So I hear this a lot from my students. We've been working and training on speaking English clearly. So this is something that we discuss a lot within my program at pronunciationpro.com. We have this community of English language learners who are working to improve their pronunciation and accent in English so that they can feel more confident speaking up. But a lot of them are to a point where their accent and their pronunciation sound really great, that they're at a very high level, but they're feeling stuck. So what I have been able to dive into is really helping them, okay, once your English is at a certain level, what do we need to do to help you really speak as fluently as you really want to be? So let's talk about these 5 ways. So number 1, you need as much practice speaking in English as you have done in listening to English. So I call this the English gap. So I have a student named Shadrach, and he's a pastor, and he was explaining to me, he's like, I know what I want to say, and I've been studying the material for so long. I've written speeches, I have done all this coursework in these sermons that I want to give, and then when I go to speak, now I'm doing more speaking situations, and I'm going and presenting my ideas to my congregation, it just doesn't come out the way I want it to, okay? And he's like, what is going wrong here? I know what it needs to be in my head. I've written it out so many times, but when I go to speak it, it does not come out very fluently, okay? This is the English gap. The gap between what we want to say, what's in our heads, and what comes out of our mouth. So here is the advice that I gave to Shadrach as he was expressing this concern to me. I said, you need to read your sermon out loud every day. You need to get as much output as you have input. So writing English, thinking in English is not the same as speaking English. Getting your mouth moving and getting yourself actually saying the words is a completely different skill. So you have to have that repetition in the output and actually saying the words out loud to be able to bridge that gap. So you've spent so much time listening to English, way more time than you have speaking English. And we need to get that spoken English as much practice or more. There really is no quick fix here. You have to get that repetition. It's like building muscles. You have to go from these weak muscles to strong muscles, and the only way to do that is through that practice and repetition. The only difference between you and a native speaker is the amount of practice that you've had. Okay, they've had a lot of practice. They've been speaking it over and over and over again. Okay, you need to do the same, just speaking it over and over and over again. The second thing to remember when you're feeling stuck in your spoken English is that nothing has gone wrong. You simply need more practice. You might be in this pattern of comparing yourself to other speakers or even other language learners, okay? You might think, well, they're learning it so much faster than me. Yeah, they may have some strengths in language learning, and they may have fewer fears around speaking English, but that doesn't mean that you can't also be very successful. Go at your own pace. Nothing has gone wrong here, meaning there's nothing innately wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you if you're feeling stuck. It's simply that you need more practice. You need to get more repetition and get that mindset shift that needs to happen as well. Now, I'll talk more about mindset in a minute, but having that thought of nothing has gone wrong here, I simply just need more practice, takes that weight of there's something wrong with me out of the equation and just recognizing this is just a skill that needs more practice. All right, the third thing that I want you to do to get unstuck is take more action. The more action you take, the easier it will become. There's no quick jump between, where you are now and where you want to be. You just have to get the repetition in. So as you take action, as you speak up in that meeting, as you look for more opportunities to speak English and you take those opportunities, then you're taking action. Through taking action, you're building greater confidence. The more you do something, the more confident you will feel in that action. Now, the fourth and final way to get unstuck is to use empowering thoughts. So I want you to kind of take note of what rings true to you. What's something, an empowering thought that you can think and you can use and you can practice thinking that really speaks to where you're getting stuck. Okay, so here's some ideas. Nothing has gone wrong here. I'm exactly where I need to be. As I keep getting the reps, I'm getting stronger and better. As I stay the course, I will reach my goal. I'm improving every day. As I practice consistently, I will remove this language barrier and the rest of my gifts and my skills will be able to shine brighter. This may need to just become a mantra for you. You know, really repeat this over and over again. Tell yourself this story, okay? Retrain the mind to think in more empowering ways so that you can get unstuck, that you can speak as fluently and clearly as you want to be. As you do this, I know you will feel more confident and more clarity and feel that freedom of becoming unstuck. Have you experienced this? I'd love to hear what resonates to you. Go ahead and comment below what one of these tips you can use today to get unstuck. And if you want to learn more about how you can speak English clearly and with greater confidence, go ahead and check out the next video, Why Can't I Speak English Fluently?